What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Frickin' Uncultured podcast. I'm Chandler, and as always, I'm joined by Andy. Andy, you doing all right today, man?
I am doing good, man. It's good to be back. I know we missed a week and it felt weird to kind of miss a week to be honest, but I guess it was nice to have a little bit of downtime. But I'm
hmm
happy to be back. I'm very excited to do this today. So,
It was all Quincy's fault. We just want to preface that right now. Um, he disrupted our flow and momentum somehow. I don't know how. We'll get back to you on that. But it was all Quincy's fault.
why
So,
so I have to ask, why do we keep this Quincy guy employed if he's just messing everything up?
well, that's the thing is he's not employed. He's an intern.
So
So,
at this rate, he's like a majority shareholder, man. Like we need to get rid of him, but
oh,
we
he
can't for
is.
some reason.
He has a third of this podcast.
So like we need to figure something out. I don't know what's going on. Like we're gonna have to try and discuss this when he's not around, but it feels like he's always here. So
Yeah, I know. I feel like he's just right behind me at this very moment, man. I don't know where he is, but I know maybe he's the scorpion on the couch behind me.
I was gonna say he's the green alien that's fronting the Astrobot uh, poster.
Oh yeah, there we go. So yeah, Quincy, get it together, man. This is the reason we can't have nice things.
Of course, but no, it's good to be back. I'm excited to do this one. This one's gonna be an interesting one because it's very rare that we get to do something as topical as this, and obviously this is
Mhm.
kind of the big topic this week, uh, especially with some big drama going on behind the scenes, which we'll get to later on. But this one's an exciting one, so I'm ready to get
Yeah,
into it.
that's definitely what I was going to say because I was like, for this one, we're a little late to the party, but at the same time, being late to the party is beneficial because there's been a lot going on after the initial announcement. There's a whole lot going on, so
Oh yeah, no, it's been
this one's going to be a fun one.
this is gonna be an interesting one for sure. There's definitely a lot going on in the background.
Oh yeah. So do you want me to go? Do you want to do like any small talk, or you want to hop into it? Because this one's going to be a lengthy one.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, I don't have a whole lot of small talk. I mean, nothing new has really changed for me. I mean, been playing a bunch of Apex still.
Mhm.
I'm happy because I found that spark in that game again. I've found my spark in competitive gaming. I guess I just needed a bit of a break, so it's been nice going back to that. Still playing the Dragon Quest III remake, and just slowly making progress there, enjoying it. But other than that, not a whole lot going on. Been updating the game room. I know we were talking about it a little bit earlier. I got some new posters. I moved some old posters, I should say, but got some lighting. Still got some work to do, but other than that, not a whole lot going on for me, man. So,
Yeah.
what about you? Do you have anything quick, or do you just want to dive into it?
Started playing Stellar Blade. There we go. But we've talked about that off the podcast. So,
I am so
but
happy that you're playing that, though. In all fairness, so
dude, I'm really enjoying it too. It's
I
a
told
really
you,
good game.
it's
And I
so
was
good.
talking. One of my buddies texted me the other night, and we were just shooting the shit and everything. And I told him I started playing it, and he goes, "Oh, is that good?" I was like, "Yeah, it's pretty good so far." And he goes, "I just thought it was a Gooner game. I didn't think it was like anything actually worthwhile."
Nope, and that's what caught me off guard because like I made the joke to you like every time my wife walked in the room I was always just like it's not what it looks like, it's not what it
Oh,
looks like, but it was like she doesn't care, but
My, my wife walked in the other night whenever I was playing it, and she goes, "Turn her around, show me the jiggle physics."
that's you got the right one there, man. Like
Yeah,
that's Brittany's the same way, so like I love that.
show me the jiggle physics.
Apparently, I got a patch to enhance those, mind you. So,
Yeah, so but I'm really enjoying it. It's a good game.
oh yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but the area I'm in kind of right now kind of gets on my nerves in some places. Maybe it's just because I need to explore and do more other stuff, but it's there's some little spots that kind of get on my nerves.
Fair. I mean, yes. The later in the game, like I 100%ed my first run through. I did everything I
Mhm.
could. The only thing I didn't do was all of the the bonfires essentially. I can't remember what they called them in there.
Oh, the
The
rest
camps.
points or
Yeah, the
whatever.
camps essentially.
Yeah.
But I didn't find every single one of those. But I did all the fishing. I did all that stuff. Man, that game was so much fun. I actually want to go back and play. And there's another one It's a digital only game, so I'm kind of hoping we'll see something eventually physical. But it's called Disorder,
Hmm.
and it's only on the PlayStation Store. It's only like $29.99, but it looks very
Hmm.
similar to Stellar Blade, so that might be something else to look into. Like I have it on my wish list. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm hopeful that we'll see something physical, but I don't know. I might pick that up and try something different.
I haven't heard of that one, but
I'll have to send you a link
no.
or something later on.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. We got a big one that we're tackling today, and I think it's going to really come as no surprise to anybody what we're going to be talking about, especially with the announcement being this last week. But we're going to be talking about the Switch 2 today. We'll be going through the entire direct and just going over bits and pieces and what Andy and I think. And then also not only that though, but giving ourselves a nice little pat on the back for
Mm-hmm.
predicting a lot of this stuff.
Oh
Andy and
yeah.
I predicted a lot of what was announced here.
I
So,
I am so like I don't want to be that guy that's like brushing his shoulder like, yeah, we called it, but it was like, man, it's really nice just kind of hitting that nail on the head every so often when it's like, man, did we actually speak that into existence? Is Nintendo
man,
listening? Hello, Nintendo.
I think it's a thing though, honestly, that you and I have both worked in this industry. You definitely longer than I have, but we have both worked in this industry, and it's an industry that you and I, are just fans of in general, and that it's our hobby. So I think we have a tendency to pick up on things and patterns and announcements just because of how often we're in this.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't like, again, we've both worked retail with, being in the industry and stuff like that. We've been behind the scenes at events and like conferences and stuff like that. So yeah, we have seen a little bit of a peek behind the curtain per se. So it's I don't know, it's not too outlandish for us to be able to predict a lot of this, I
Yeah.
feel, but it's
Well,
nice being on the right side of that coin every once in a while.
yeah, no, that's the thing is, I feel like it's not outlandish. Just if you and I were talking one on one, and one of us said something like how I always talk about years ago, back in 2020 or something like that, or 2021, you and I were sitting down eating lunch somewhere, and I was like, "Yeah, Xbox is going to put their games on PlayStation one
Yep.
day," and you were like, "Yeah,"
Yep.
and here we are. I called it 4 years too soon,
Yep.
but it's happening now.
And
So
I didn't think that would happen. That was one I was like, man, I
Mhm.
don't know about that. They're real proud of their properties, but I mean, they're going to that service route. So I mean, yeah, you were 100% on it. So I got to give
Yep.
credit where credit's due. So
So I think it's just one of those things of, I don't, you and I don't think too much of it, but I don't want y'all to think that Andy and I, are like praying to the gaming gods, or, we're sitting here with crystal balls, just waiting to see what the answers are. We just have a tendency to pick up on things because we've been around it for a long time.
yep.
So,
Sadly, again, that's the nature of the business we have been in and we are still in. So.
yep,
But
that's true.
unless there's anything else you want to go over or cover real quick, man, we got an hour long video, so I'm gonna start it up. Unless you got anything else.
Nope, let's get right to it, man.
All right,
So
there we
yeah,
go.
this first announcement that's coming up, for I'm sure everybody who watches this has already seen this direct at this point, but they open up with Mario Kart World, and man, I am super super excited for it.
Well, let's so obviously a little late now, but let's not assume everyone has seen the direct. There's obviously a lot of talks and it's all over the internet and stuff like that. But let's assume like maybe they haven't.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
But yes, so Mario Kart World. This one's a big one. I'm a Mario Kart fan, but 8
Mhm.
Deluxe, like, it's a good game, but I got bored with it quickly cuz I mean, in all fairness, it's Mario Kart. You know what you're getting into. This one I'm actually really excited for. This is one that interests me.
Man, my thing is 8 Deluxe came out on the Wii U in 2014,
Yep.
and I bought it then. I mean, not 8 Deluxe, just 8 then. And I bought it then, and then I bought it whenever it came out in April of 2017 for the Switch. So I've been playing Mario Kart 8 for 11 years at this point. I am so sick and tired of Mario Kart 8. It's not even funny. And then the best thing I can say though is in 2019, Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled coming out was the nicest breath of fresh air. And it looks like Mario Kart World is borrowing a lot from Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled as well, like with the, character costumes and stuff like that they're eventually going to show off, and just the random characters, like being able to race as the cow from Moo Moo Meadows, because in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, you can race as a crate, the crates that Crash breaks.
Yeah.
Just goofy stuff like that. They're just catering to everything, and I think it is the smartest thing they could have done, especially since Mario Kart has been so formulaic for so long. Shaking up the formula was the smartest thing to do.
No, I agree. Like, there's a lot of things that really catch my attention here. I like seeing the different kinds of carts and stuff like that, which I know you could customize your carts, but it's like I like seeing the variety you have now.
Yeah, man, why
is
the
it French?
subtitles are in French?
Why are they French?
I'm Takuhiro Dota.
All right.
Director for Nintendo Switch 2.
Damn it, Quincy, we're not, like, I don't know what's going on.
It's always Quincy.
Yeah.
But, what were we talking about?
Mario
again?
Kart,
I know,
the
yeah, I know
variety
we were
of carts and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But,
I honestly, because, starting in Mario Kart 7, they had it where you could select your wheels, you could select your glider, da-da-da-da-da. But I'm really happy that they're just going back to bare bones, hey, this is your cart, this is its stats, you don't get to build one anymore,
Yeah.
and that may be controversial, but it gives you the opportunity to have the carts look more unique.
Yeah, no, agreed. But I like, I don't know, I just like the variety, like having the motorcycles and stuff like that. Now, let me preface with this, like, I don't think I own Mario Kart 8 for the Switch. Like,
No, I do.
Like, surprisingly, I don't think I own it, because I just, again, like, it's a good game, but I just got kind of burnt out on it, because it was, I didn't buy the booster pack, or the expansion pack, and got all the extras and stuff like that, so I just got kind of tired of it. This one I'm excited for because of it being open world, and it's neat because you actually have to race to the next race. And, like, you have to qualify for it that way, which I thought was really cool, and it adds another level of depth to the game. It's not, like, closed circuit like a, typical Mario Kart or Gran Turismo. Like, it adds a little bit more to the game.
Yeah, no, I'm very interested. I don't know if you've watched anything outside of the Direct, but Nintendo's been uploading some Nintendo Treehouse footage
I haven't seen the Treehouse stuff.
So I watch 2 of them. There's a couple. I watched 2 of them. It's very interesting how they did it, because normally I like to go in as blind as possible into new games, but this one I just needed to see more on because it's so different than what we're used to getting that I had to look into it more. But I'm not going to look into it any farther than that, though, because I want to be as surprised as possible, especially with this free roam mode that's being shown off right now, where it looks like all these tracks exist within one world with one another, and getting to freely drive between them is really cool.
I just, the free roam Mario Kart is something that's just really interesting to me. Just being able to drive and kind of do what you want. Like, there's a lot of potential there, because then that opens up, just like back in the day when my buddy and I used to play Grand Theft Auto or Saints Row, we would just make up our own little mini games and just have fun with it. It's like, now there's potential with that for Mario Kart. So it's like, I don't know, I'm excited to see what they do with this.
My thing is for example, Mario Kart 64, driving up to Peach's castle, and you can drive up to the front doors and everything, and it was like, oh, what's behind those doors? It plays into a lot of that nostalgia for me of having a world that's more than what it seems.
Oh yeah. And I didn't realize that, but they're doing a Direct on April 17th strictly on Mario Kart World. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll watch it or not. Like I said, I think I want to be mostly surprised, but I may watch it. It's Mario Kart, because even though, they have different modes, you still know what you're getting into.
I have to point this out, because I saw this online, and I think it's brilliant. If you look at the way the guys stand on the Direct, they mirror the colors of the Switch 2.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to point it out at some point. But if you look at how the Switch 2 is laid out, the blue is on the left side of the screen, and the salmon, orange, whatever, is on the right side. But if you look at the guy on the left has a blue shirt, and the guy on the right has like an orange salmonish shirt. It matches the colors of the Switch 2. And the guy in the center is the dark gray, like the system.
Typical Nintendo, man.
They have
Typical
it
Nintendo.
so, like, every detail, man, is, like, dialed in.
Okay, so we're getting to a feature that I'm really excited to talk about because I think it's just... So, I just want to preface that, you know, this whole game chat thing that's going on right here, I don't see myself using it whatsoever.
So,
If I'm being completely honest.
there's two things that bug me with this. And the first thing is everyone's losing their mind that the Switch 2 is game chat. And it's like, first off, we've had game chat in gaming for years.
Yeah.
Even the Switch had game chat. It was a disaster because you had to go through an app, and then on Splatoon you had to have a specialized mic, and it was just a disaster. So, like, I'm not even going to count that. But, I mean, we've had game chat in games for years, and we're talking PS3, 360, even earlier than that. But Nintendo does it, and everyone's like, oh my god, there's game chat. You can talk to people online now. It's like, really? And then the second part that bugs me is, I know you have worked in business, like, alongside me, and I know you've seen this. This is Microsoft Teams.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is just Microsoft Teams with a Nintendo overlay, as far as I'm concerned.
But, like, the game share feature, though, the lag is
Oh, yeah.
ridiculous. Like, that is bad.
So-
That's rough.
I'm with you 100%. Like, I might test this and see it, just like, if you get one and I get one, like, just to see, because I'm curious.
Well, I mean, you and I are both going to be getting a Switch, too. I feel like that's a given at this point. And you have Switch Online, don't you? Their online service?
I don't, not at the moment, but I want to get it. And to be honest, the only reason I want to get it is I want to play Killer Instinct on the Super Nintendo, the online.
Oh, that's
Like,
fair. But
that's
I mean,
the only reason why.
well, I mean, I am sure you want to get it though for
Yes,
what's going to be shown
yes.
off later in this direct too.
Yes.
But having that the Switch Online Plus expansion pack grants you access to this feature too. So it's not like you got to pay any extra for it. So
Well, this is actually free starting.
oh yeah, that's right because they're
So-
doing the trial period
Yep.
till like March of next year or something
Yep.
like
So
that.
I mean, initially it's going to be free, but then yes, it's going to be a paid feature. But
I mean,
just
I have
again,
Switch Online anyway, so it's not
I-
that big a deal.
I'm with you. Like, I feel like this is... I can see the appeal to this, especially with, like, families and stuff. This isn't something personally I wouldn't use. But I will say this. I think the camera, I'm curious the feedback on that. And the only reason, like, I'm kind of curious is, do you remember the backlash that the Kinect had when it came out?
Yeah.
You know, I don't want Microsoft
Don't-
peeking in my house and stuff like that.
Don't jump the gun because we just got to the Kinect camera for the Switch too.
I mean, fair. But I'm curious. I mean, obviously with the Microsoft Teams green screen effect and stuff like that. But, like, I'm
Yeah.
curious, why aren't we seeing that level of we haven't seen that level of negativity yet.
Let me give it time.
But
Or maybe it's just because you know Nintendo fans are Nintendo fans.
Fair.
It doesn't really matter what Nintendo's going to do. People are still going to be happy
yeah,
with it.
it's
So.
not Microsoft, so. And
Yeah,
then,
exactly. It's not Bill Gates putting 5G in the water, you know.
But did you see the Hori camera that they released? Hori is releasing a camera for the Switch 2, and it's in the shape of a piranha plant.
I would buy that.
I would too.
I would absolutely buy that.
Yes.
Honestly, I've been debating on picking up the Nintendo branded one just to own one, but I don't think I would even ever take it out of the box. I think
Yeah.
I would just leave it in box.
See, I want the piranha plant, and it would literally just be an aesthetic thing. It would just sit there
Yeah.
next to it because it's a piranha plant.
Just people walk into your house. This is my camera.
I am watching you, and so is Nintendo. So
Yeah.
I don't know. So the game chat thing is a little weird to me. I think it's overhyped in my opinion. So
Yeah, no, people lost their minds over it, and I don't see why. This was no joke. This is my least favorite part in the direct because it's just stuff I don't particularly care about personally. And if you're excited for it because now you get to play games with your family, and Mario Party, Mario Kart, Switch Sports, all that fun stuff, more power to you. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to play anything multiplayer, I'm going to play it on my PlayStation, my Xbox, or my PC. So I don't. The only thing I use multiplayer for on Nintendo consoles is for couch co-op, playing Mario Kart, playing Mario Party, playing Smash Bros, but not online. That's something that's good for whenever people come over.
No, agreed. Like, this isn't... I don't feel like this is geared towards me, so I'm not gonna, like, fault it in any way, shape, or form. There's a lot of double standards that go around, in my opinion, so I wanted to point out the camera... the always on camera thing, but anyway, that's irrelevant. So
yeah, no, it's interesting for sure. It's like I said though, Nintendo fans are just going to eat up whatever this company puts out. So
oh yeah. Now this is a feature I do like.
The game share.
Yes, I am actually a big fan of this. I mean, obviously, like I'm not. I don't know, like I don't have like a large family or anything like that, but it's like if my wife and I want to play a game of Uno or something like that. I mean, I don't have to buy multiple copies of it. It's just something like boom, it's there.
I mean, that's what they did on the DS. You didn't have to own a copy of Mario Kart DS to play with somebody else who owned a copy of Mario Kart DS. Just that person was designated to play as Shy Guy, and I feel like that should be a feature in every Switch 2 game. That if you share a game with somebody, you just have to play as Shy Guy. So it's not Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, it's Captain Shy Guy Treasure Tracker.
You're just playing like some of the board games, and it's like, nope, you're Shy Guy.
Yep.
But see,
okay, I see what you're saying. Yep, I see it.
It cracks me up. Like it's so well thought of. I love it. So
I mean, that's Nintendo for you though,
yeah.
man. So
all right.
What's coming up? Oh, this is just the specs. There we go.
Yeah. So all right. So let's. I mean, obviously they're gonna dig into the specs. What do you think of the overall hardware? Let's just talk hardware-wise. What do you think?
The number one thing I've been seeing is everybody complaining about the fact that it's an LCD and not an OLED. But for somebody like me who never plays in handheld mode, I could not care less, in all honesty. But that's the number one thing I've been seeing is everybody complaining about it being an LCD screen.
So, ironically, I only play mine in handheld.
Yeah.
I rarely hook mine up to a TV. I will say this, I think it's funny how they overlaid the 720 and 1080p. And they were just like, it's more pixelated versus how pixelated this one is. And I was like, that's a horrible way of describing that. But all right.
Yeah. That's Nintendo for you, though. Oh, but I will say this, though. Magnetic Joy-Cons is fantastic. That's a great idea.
I like how they did that. They actually made the SL and SR buttons. Those are the magnets.
Yeah, that was genius on their part.
I don't know if you saw this, too. Somebody actually got one of the hands-on events, and they took the Joy-Cons off, flipped them upside down, and put them on the system, and they fit.
Really?
Yeah, so they're completely universal. Like, they only fit. They fit the one way, obviously, but you can flip them upside down and still work. So they were talking about maybe, I wonder if there's a feature for that later on, or if they didn't even think of that.
I mean, it's Nintendo. They thought of it.
So the big thing I've been seeing is everyone's concerned about that center pin in the center of where the Joy-Con goes.
Yeah.
And I really don't think it's going to be a problem. I don't think it's something that we're going to see issues with. Now, there will always be issues with it. I mean, there's going to be kids that pick at it and stuff like that, but I don't think it's going to be widespread like everyone was concerned of. What do you think on that?
I think it's going to be fine. I don't think it's anything to be concerned over whatsoever. And, I mean, if there is any concern, you and I will be figuring it out day one whenever we pick up a Switch 2. So.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be... It'll be all over the internet for sure. But 3D audio, obviously they're talking 1080p, 120 frames, or it can output 4K on TV now, right?
That's 4K, what they're
60?
claiming.
Yeah.
That's what they're claiming, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, they can claim that all they want. Doesn't mean that it's true, and we'll find out.
Yeah.
I'll watch a Digital Foundry. Or
I was gonna say
is-
they're gonna be all over that claim right there. I promise you.
yeah, I'll watch a Digital Foundry video whenever the Switch 2 comes out.
Charging in tabletop mode.
But also, I'm one of those people. I've never cared for graphics and stuff like that. So long as it's not so choppy that it's just unplayable, I really don't care. And I've always been that way. I am not a graphics snob by any way, shape, or form. But 256 gigs, though, at launch, that is
Save data and more.
good job, Nintendo. Good job.
So there's a caveat to that part, in my opinion. And I
What's
think,
that?
obviously, like, yes, that is good. That is very good that we finally got, 256 on these systems. But kind of jumping ahead, because obviously we've seen this before, they
Yep.
announce a lot of games coming to this system.
Yes.
I think we have to get to that point at 256 now, because some of the games they announce, like, I don't know if we want to dig into that right now, are gonna be massive games.
Yeah, but a lot of them are also just upgraded versions of Switch games. So,
But they are,
which
they
I don't
are
want to go too
comparable-
much into.
Yeah, but these are comparable to like PS4 titles now, man. These aren't up-res Switch games anymore. These are getting pretty sizable and demanding. So I think 256, it'll be interesting to see if that's enough to keep this without needing a memory card, even though you have to buy a high capacity card now. You can't just use any SD card.
As you just saw,
I don't know. My thing is specifically for those older Switch games, though, because obviously I'll play them on my Switch 2 because my Switch 2 will be hooked up. My original Switch will not be hooked up. So obviously I'll be playing my original Switch games on the Switch 2. But there's certain games, though, that I'm just not going to bother paying for the upgrade. And we'll get to that later. It kind of has to do with the fact of, like I said, I'm not that big into graphics or anything like that. And so if it doesn't come with a sizable upgrade that I deem worthy that adds to gameplay or story, then I'm just not going to bother.
So this is very interesting to me. And I actually was going to talk to you about this outside of the podcast, but I guess while we're here, so we talked about the Nintendo, I don't remember what this was called, the Welcome Tour thing a little bit. What's your thoughts on this?
I think it's goofy. It's very Nintendo, but I'm not going to pay money for it.
So that's my issue, is like, obviously when you bought the PlayStation, you got Astrobot for free. And that's a great demonstration of how the system works.
Better yet, whenever you bought a Wii, you got Wii Sports for free.
Well, that's where I was going with this.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I actually want to read his book, but did you ever hear the story of Reggie battling Nintendo to get Wii Sports for free?
Yeah, no, I do remember that story, and I want to read his book too. I see it all the time, everywhere, and I do want to read it one day. But
yeah, but the story goes is like Reggie was the one that actually pushed to get Wii Sports for free, bundled with the system, and Nintendo just did not want to do it. And it was like a long battle. Like, it was something like he pushed and pushed and pushed, and eventually they caved, and they did, obviously, because that's what happened with it. And it became one of the best-selling games of all time. Obviously, it was bundled with the system, but the Wii Sports, even to this day, is still highly revered.
Yep.
And I think it's a huge miss that they didn't do the same thing here. Like, it doesn't have to be physical, but I think that should have been a free game at least.
Like, I understand that it adds mini games and stuff like that to introduce you to the aspects of the things that your Switch 2 can do, but I'm just going to figure that out on my own by messing with my console, so I have no incentive to buy it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of bugged by that, in all fairness. So.
What do you think about the red cartridges, by the way?
I love them. Now,
I had a feeling, but
I mean, you know me, I like red. I like the color red. So I mean, that's not a secret. I'm all about it. Like, I love the box art. I like the red boxes, I should say.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's what they did with the 3DS going to the DS. They just recolored the cards and made them look a little different, just so they stand out.
Yep. That's all that needed to be done. So.
Yeah, but I like the red. I mean, any color would have worked, but the Mario red kind of makes sense, in all fairness.
I'm going to have to make sure that I transfer all my save data. Oh, but a Switch 2 Pro controller, I'll be getting one day one, man.
And on the back,
Uh,
there are
so,
new GL and GR
The
buttons,
only
which you can
reason
use
I
to
would
assign
want them is for the
specific
back
buttons.
buttons, but
Mhm.
your original controllers will
addition,
work. Hell, your
audio
original
jack has
Joy-Cons
been
will
added.
work.
I mean, I'm very well aware. I just want one to have one.
Yeah.
So because we already have two Pro controllers, we have a standard one, and then I have
There will also be
oh,
an
I have the
aspect
Tears of the Kingdom one.
Yep.
The three of us will
And the
talk
Tears of the
about
Kingdom one's going to go on display.
There you go.
And
so you'll check
I'm
that out.
going to buy one of these so this one can go on display. And so then we have an original Pro controller, and then we'll have a Switch 2 Pro controller.
The only controller I want to find is the
Nintendo
Apex
Switch
Legends
2
one.
launches on
Like,
June
that's
5th.
again,
Yeah.
that's just a me thing, but I really like the way that
Very much
controller
looking
looks.
forward to the day when we all get to
I
experience
saw
it,
one in
so
Japan
please
and I
wait
didn't
just
buy
a
it, and I
bit
should have
longer.
bought it, but
Yeah, you
I
should
just-
have, man.
I just want that controller. I like that controller a lot.
Yeah.
Broadly
So,
speaking,
fun fact about my original Pro controller, that's actually my day one Switch release Pro
Yep.
controller still. Yeah.
I still have mine too. My day one controller, like it's the same
Yeah.
thing. Granted,
performance and features of Switch 2.
I used it a lot when I first got the system. Now that I play in handheld mode more than anything, I just use the Joy-Cons until I got the what is it? The Nitro deck.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
now I don't think I've touched a Joy-Con since. So
I mean, you know my opinions on Joy-Con, so...
same.
Unique ways to play on Switch 2 and more.
So, okay, here we're starting to get into, yeah, some of the Switch 2 edition games. So,
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
this is gonna be a hot button, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
but it's like I told you, we were talking about it because you were saying, like, but you have to, pay for the upgrade and everything. And I was like, yeah, but PlayStation did it first. So, because,
Yes and-
whenever you...
Yes and no. Like they did. I mean, in all fairness, it's not a new thing we've seen. But what I don't like about it is everything is paid. And it's not like I don't expect it to be like a $5-10 upgrade like we see like
don't-
when you buy The Last of Us or when you buy the Days Gone that's about to come out in end of April. It's like a $10 upgrade if you already own the game.
Yeah.
I don't expect that for Nintendo.
Yeah, me neither, but they also haven't said anything either, so I guess
I would
time
like,
will tell.
I mean, yeah, but I bet when you want to buy the upgrade for Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild and you want to get that,
Spoilers.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be $20-30.
Probably, man. Probably. And
So-
that's the thing is, we play Mario Party Jamboree in my house, and I don't see any point of getting this expansion, though, because it caters heavily to playing online with other people.
Yeah.
And, like I've already said, if we're playing Mario Party, it's because we're playing couch co-op, We're just sitting down, we're having a good time, or we got people over and we're entertaining. So, I'm not going to pay extra for it. I'm just not.
Well, again, I feel like this is kind of something that doesn't cater to you. Because, I mean, again, I
Yeah.
could see, like, my family, if they had a system at home and I have my system at my house and we want to play, like, it'd be nice. I'd be like, oh, I can see my mom or my little sister or any of that stuff. Like, so it doesn't cater to you necessarily, but I could see the appeal. But I'm the same way, like, I don't want to... Oh, I'm bored on a Tuesday night. I'm gonna go play some Mario Party Jamboree online. Like, yeah, I get you.
Yeah, so I just don't have any interest. I do like Mario Party Jamboree as a Mario Party, though. It's fun.
I like Mario Party. I enjoy them. My wife and I don't play as often. She gets very angry at these games, so...
Yeah, my wife does too, so. I think we've talked about that before,
Yep.
because we were like, we should just play together instead.
Yep.
Because my wife just wants to play the mini games, but I love the whole board game aspect too.
Oh no, my wife starts getting violent and angry and starts threatening things, and it's like, oh okay, sure, I don't want to take that star anymore. That's fine.
What's with all the violent outbursts? Show me the jiggle physics! Show me the jiggle physics!
Where did that kitchen knife come from? So all right. But all
Alright,
right,
here we
so
go.
Switch 2 editions of The Legend of Zelda
So,
Breath of the Wild and The Legend of Zelda Tears
what
of the
is
Kingdom
I
feature enhanced resolution and frame rate.
I'm 50-50 on this, but I know you played a lot more of these games. I know you're a big fan of Tears and Breath of the Wild. What's your stance on this stuff, man?
Higher definition graphics.
Dude, I'm not gonna pay for an upgrade. I'm just not, because it's the main thing is that it's better quality, and like I said earlier, and this is what I was referencing whenever I was talking about it earlier. I don't care about graphics. The game looks good already as is. I don't care. I'm not going to pay extra money just to have a better looking version of a game that already looks good.
And I don't think, to me, I don't see this as a graphical improvement. Like, the game does look better. I'm not arguing that. Like, but I
Yeah.
see this, and I see this as a performance upgrade. The game plays a lot better. It plays a lot smoother. And there was one
I
point...
never had issues with that to begin with. So.
There was one... I was watching... I think it was on Twitter or something like that, or X, whatever it is now. And there's one area specifically where, like, the frame rate drops pretty hardcore. And they were playing a comparison between the two, and it played significantly better on the Switch 2, obviously. You know, better hardware and whatnot. But, I feel like I'm kind of back at the PlayStation Pro argument, man. Like, I don't think it's worth paying the price for this system for a small performance upgrade.
Yeah. Okay, this is one I definitely want to talk about, Starcross World. So, this is an upgrade I will buy.
Yeah.
100%, because it's a whole, like, yes, they're kind of recycling the same levels, but they're adding so much to it, and they're adding new mouthful modes and new areas, and it's a whole story on top of the main campaign of Kirby and the Forgotten World, and to me, that is an upgrade worth getting.
Can you buy that just on the regular Switch? Do you know?
What?
The Starcross World?
Yeah, I don't know about on regular Switch, but I own a Switch copy, so if I just pop it in my Switch 2, I'm sure it'll
Well, no,
give me
that's-
an option to buy the pack.
That's
So.
again, that's what I'm getting at. Is like they're. I don't know if it is available on Switch 1 or not, but to me, I feel like it's gatekeeping that. It's making you buy the Switch 2 hardware
Well, that's
just
the way
to
it's
get a
always been,
DLC. Well, no,
Hey, that's the way it's always been, though,
but
in the
it's
industry.
just a DLC. Like, I'm not talking about, like, you can play Forgotten World or Forgotten Lands anywhere, but, like, just to get this small piece of DLC, you gotta pay, you know, 400, 500 bucks for this hardware. It's like, to me, that is what gets under my skin.
I don't know, man. I was going to buy a Switch 2 anyway, so it doesn't matter to me. Like, you know.
So, I'm on the fence. And like, I want it because it's new hardware. I like the new shiny thing. Like, that's not a secret. But I don't know, man. There's something we're gonna get to here in a bit, but it's the one deciding factor for me. Well, it's not deciding factor. It's the one thing that's making me 50-50, I should say.
Is it what we've already talked about?
Yeah, it's you should know what it is, but
I'm pretty sure I know. So.
And I'm still disappointed because it was one of the things I predicted. Why do we not have a Mario Party game? Or, not Mario Paint game?
Oh, I know. Give it time. I bet we'll have one. Honestly, you know what should have been the Switch 2 interactive game instead of, you know, the My Switch 2 tour or whatever? They should have done a Mario Paint.
I agree. That's, to be honest, that's what I was thinking. Like,
Yeah, that would have been...
That was my first thought when I saw the optical sensor. Was like, oh, we're gonna get a Mario Paint game. That makes sense. It's the only Nintendo game. It's the only game that I can think of that came with a mouse.
Dude, I'm just really curious to know if the optical sensor on the Joy-Cons will actually work with the Clock Tower remake, and you can do it as a point and click. You know, I'm just curious, but
I doubt that. I mean, they're gonna have to go back and obviously implement that. Like, I think that'd be neat. It'd be nice if we saw some actual point and click games like back in the day, you know.
Oh, it would be. So on this game, I'm going to be honest, whenever this one popped up, because I just don't have any personal interest in playing this game. Whenever it popped up, though, I was like, this is the Switch 2's ARMS.
Yeah.
You know? Like, this is ARMS, but for the Switch 2, basically.
So, like, what my first thought was I don't think it's going to be as popular as it, but, like, to me, that's their Splatoon. Nintendo always has that one game that's just like, what? and it does insanely well.
You think this one's going to do insanely well too?
I think it'll do very well for what it is. I think this
I mean,
will
I
be
don't-
comparable to ARMS. I don't think it'll be Splatoon level by any means.
Yeah, I think it's going to be comparable to ARMS.
But it's
That's
just
my
like,
theory.
It's one of those like I think will do well. And I mean, I saw people online that were really excited about it. So
Oh, I mean, if like I said, it's just not my thing. I'm sure there's people out there that are excited about it, and if they want to play it, more power to them. I'm not going to tell them that they can't enjoy a game that I'm not interested
Yeah.
in. So, yeah.
So this is one. I don't know how I feel about this one.
I mean, I'm just not going to play Elden Ring on. I'm just going to play Elden Ring on my PlayStation, man. It's just one of those games that I'm not going to play it on anything else.
So the thing, like, I agree. I will say this, like, the game looks great for being a Switch version, but it doesn't look as good as what I remember from my PS5.
Yeah, but it's you. I mean, you have to expect that though with a Nintendo console. So.
No, I mean, honestly, it makes me think of my wife's PS4 copy, because when we played it, she played on her PS4, I played on the PS5, and I could tell a noticeable difference between the two, and that looked like a PS4 version of that game. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Like, the game looks great, and the thought of being able to play on a handheld like that, like something to that level, is impressive. So
yeah. Man, I still haven't played the first Hades, which may be a shocker because, you know, we've talked about Supergiant games plenty of times on this podcast. So, but yeah, I still haven't played the first Hades, so...
I played a little bit of it. I couldn't get into it, but I don't feel like I gave it a real fair shot. So I need the...
I mean, I bought it. But...
I mean, I own it too. I don't know what I own it on, but I'm sure I own it. But
yeah, I bought a PS5 copy.
I mean, I feel like I want to give it a shot.
Yeah. Street Fighter, the new amiibos.
The amiibos are the only thing that really interests me, but I wish it wasn't those characters.
Yeah, well, I mean, I want those amiibos regardless. I collect amiibos, so... I don't know if you saw, but they're also releasing on the same day as the Switch 2, they're releasing new Tears of the Kingdom amiibos.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they're releasing four of the characters from Tears of the Kingdom as amiibos on launch day for Switch 2.
Okay.
Which I'll probably get those, if we're being completely honest, because I have almost all the Zelda amiibos at this point. This actually caught me off guard. A new Demon X Machina.
Yeah.
Yeah, this caught me off guard.
Now, this will be one I'd be interested in checking out.
Hold on, is this new or is it a remake of Demon X Machina?
I thought it was a port. I thought it was a port of the original.
Is it a port? So I never played the original on the Wii U. Or wait, it was originally on the Wii U, wasn't it?
Switch.
Oh, was it on Switch? Okay. Demon X Machina, Titanic.
Okay, that might be a new one then.
Okay. Because, yeah, I never played the first one.
Yeah.
So, no surprise here.
Yeah.
Split Fiction coming to Switch 2.
Man.
I haven't played anymore either. I've been begging my wife to play more, and she's just like, no.
No, I need to... What's up?
I was going to say, and then last weekend we had planned on it, but instead we ended up watching the rest of the Paranormal Activity movies that I hadn't seen, so...
Man, we'll have to talk about that later too. But
yeah.
no,
yeah.
I'm super excited to play this. I need to pick up a copy of it because that looks so good.
Man, I just had the idea. We should have an episode where we do a tier list for the Paranormal Activity movies. Because I'll say this, y'all kind of did it. The Mario tier list actually got some more views.
Oh wow, really? I didn't even look.
Yeah, it gained some more views. It's in the double digits now, and it's no longer our least viewed video. So you guys did it. So I guess we'll have to do another tier list at some point.
We'll have to do a tier list on some stuff.
Yeah. I just thought that was funny. But
did you ever play Hogwarts?
No, I own it. I bought it day one, and I got a deluxe edition.
Yeah, I know you talked about it. I just remember if you actually started it. Man, that's a game you do need to play.
Yep. Tony Hawk coming to Switch 2. No surprise there.
Yeah. So,
and then, I mean, I'm going to get it, but I'm going to get it on my PlayStation. That's just the way it is. So
let me ask you this: like, what would make it a purchase on the Switch 2 for you?
If Nintendo let them license their characters as skaters.
Okay.
If I could skate as Link or Samus, or Mario obviously wouldn't be, an option. But Nintendo has a tendency to sometimes license characters for games. So if they did that, I'd get a Switch copy. So, but I don't know if you saw there at the end they have a SpongeBob map now.
Yeah, I
for the
saw that too.
So, yeah. So we got Doomslayer and SpongeBob.
So this is something I'm actually interested in. The Hitman games are always kind of hit or miss for me. I love the concept of them. I don't like the controls, though. I don't think the controls are great on these games, personally. But I really want to check this out. But this announcement is...
Here comes the big one.
Yeah.
Andy, we are gurus.
Yeah.
Sir.
So
we called it. We frickin' called it.
I turned it up a little bit, so. But come on, man. We're getting a new 007 game? Are you for real?
James Bond.
Like, and the guys that do the Hitman series.
Hitman, yep.
They're running that project. Like, I know Amazon actually has a part in it too, but
yeah.
I'm excited for this. This was a big deal too.
Bravely Default, right?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I am super excited for this one. It's a day one release for the Switch 2, and I will be picking up a copy because I never played it on DS or 3DS. So I'm very excited to finally get to play it.
So there's two things with this. One, it's kind of a big deal. There's videos online because I even fell for it too. But when I first saw the trailer, I thought it was a Final Fantasy IX remake. Because the main character looks like Dagger from Final Fantasy IX. And there's videos going around online about other people who thought it was Final Fantasy, and then it turns into Bravely Default.
That's funny, though. But no,
I'm
excited for it.
That is one of the games that has the issue that we're going to talk about in the future, too.
Which yeah.
That is one of the games.
I'm on the same page.
Yes. So, but this is one I'm actually excited to check out too. This was on our games we always wanted to play, but we never did. Yakuza was one of mine.
Yeah.
I would not mind checking this out on Switch 2. I think that would be a good way to play it. But I will say if they release that director's cut on PlayStation or Xbox, I would rather play it there.
You know they're going to.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. What's next? I don't remember. This is the Zelda Dynasty Warriors. Hyrule Warriors. There we go.
Yeah, the Age of Imprisonment.
Yes. So, man, I just want to say this. I've never been a fan of Musou games at all. Even Hyrule Warriors, I couldn't get into them. This one, I'm interested in, but only just because it ties directly into Tears of the Kingdom.
So, growing up, I played the old Dynasty Warriors games on PS2, and they're fun. Like, they have a great story and stuff like that, but I get bored with them.
Me too.
And because of that, following that style of game, I just had no interest in playing Hyrule Warriors or any of the other Warrior-style games.
So, I played the first Hyrule Warriors, but I never played the second one. I never played the second one. Age of Calamity.
Yeah, and my thing is like, and this is coming from someone who didn't finish Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like, I see this story, and I'm like, man, I would love to know more on this. Like, the story interests me.
You don't have to play Breath of the Wild to play Tears of the Kingdom and check this one out, because they're loosely based on one another, so...
Yeah, but that's the thing, I'm not going to. Like, I can already tell you that.
Well, you should play Tears of the Kingdom. I recommend it. Highly recommend Tears.
I know you're all about Tears. I really want to finish Breath of the Wild, because I think it's fair. Like, I know it's a good game. I don't know, it's not... I don't know, man. I just don't get that desire to play like I did when I played Wind Waker and stuff like that.
No, that's fair. So, honestly, though, I'm also in the boat of... while I don't dislike Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, I'm ready for a more traditional Zelda. And Echoes of Wisdom last year definitely helped scratch that itch. I still hope you check it out at some point
I
because
actually I need to pick that up. I need to grab that.
if Silent Hill 2 remake did not come out last year, it would have been my game of the year.
Well, I mean, I loved Link's Awakening. Like that port they made, that remake, I should say, like that was fantastic. And I know Echoes of Wisdom is similar to it in that regard. So
It's made by the same team, actually.
yeah, no, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like it's that style. To me, that's one I would be like, oh, I want to play more.
Yeah. This is this what I think it is? Yep. Okay.
Yeah, like,
So this is what I've been waiting to talk about. GameCube is finally coming to NSO, and in one of our early episodes, like early on,
Yep.
I predicted this one. I said day one we would get GameCube on NSO.
yeah, no, I
and
mean,
here
we were talking about it, both of us. I think you said day one, and I said just in the life cycle. Like, it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
it's surprising it took this long to get to this point. In all fairness,
You know they were saving it for Switch 2.
I mean,
You
fair.
know they were, especially because it's exclusive to Switch 2. You know they were saving it.
So
But
I'm very excited to see Wind Waker. Like I said, we just talked about it for me, but I'm very excited for Soul Calibur 2. Any GameCube games that you're looking for particularly?
dude, Wind Waker, I am super excited to play through Wind Waker again because I haven't played through it in years, and I just love Wind Waker. It's really good. I really hope that they put Twilight Princess on there as well some point because, you know, you have the GameCube version and you have the Wii version. I'm in the boat that I believe the GameCube version is superior to the Wii version, but that's
Yeah.
neither here nor there. So I really hope it gets put on there at some point. But most importantly, it would be the biggest missed opportunity if Nintendo did not put Eternal Darkness on
I mean,
GameCube
yeah.
NSO.
No, I mean, that's 100%. That's where I was going to go with it. But, I mean,
Yeah.
F-Zero is kind of a big deal. Like, I'm excited to see that. Hopefully we'll see some love with the new one if this one does well. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but they do. There we go. They tease Fire Emblem, Gale of Darkness, Chibi Robo.
Gale of Darkness is a big win for Pokemon fans too,
Oh, yeah.
because that game is not cheap
No.
in any regard.
No, Fire Emblem isn't either.
No, it's not. But just Gale of Darkness is the one most people think of whenever they think expensive GameCube game. That or
I mean,
Doshin the Giant or Cubivore.
Pokemon Box.
So-
Pokemon Box is like the most expensive GameCube game I think right now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think it's like $1,200 to $1,500 for that game.
And then, of course, they showed Luigi's Mansion is coming, and I play that game almost on a yearly basis anyway, so it just gives me a more readily available
What about the
access
GameCube
to.
controller? Are you interested in
I'm-
that?
I am going to try to get one day one, but I know Nintendo's website's going to crash because everybody and their
Oh,
mother
yeah.
is going to try to get one, but I
Yeah.
will attempt to. I will attempt to.
Can you buy more than one? Can you buy two of them?
I think you can only get one.
Okay.
And
So I
it's
was-
exclusive to Switch
NSO,
Online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say if you can buy two, that would give us two opportunities to get it. Because I want to get one too, but I know it's gonna be a nightmare to get.
Yeah.
So,
Deltarune.
Deltarune.
Yeah, I never played Undertale, which I know they're loosely connected, I believe. So I haven't played any of Toby Fox's stuff though. So I don't know.
I've bought Undertale. Like I own Undertale on my PC. I bought it for the Steam Deck. I think I own it for PlayStation. I don't know. I own it. I just never played it. But I know there's obviously a following to it, man. Like these games are a big deal, and I need to give it a fair shot, I guess. Like that's the only thing I can think of.
I would have to, agree with you, but like I don't feel incentivized to play Undertale though, in all honesty, because everybody and their mother talks about it so much that it kind of pushes me away.
Yeah, no, I mean I get it. To me, there's franchises when they get too big, and I think that is one of them. But speaking
Yeah.
of franchises that are big, Borderlands 4. We still need to play Borderlands 3 because I know you bought it physically.
I was just thinking that actually.
Man, I am super excited for this game. I know they're talking about doing a special direct for that game, so I want to play that.
Yep, I know you're already going to get Civ 7.
Yeah, this will be one. I mean, I bought Civ on PS5. I would buy this on my Switch too, just because I think this is a great portable game. This is something that, if you're on a flight going somewhere, this is going to make that flight go by very quickly, because you lose so much time playing these games. But yeah,
Not for me, who's afraid of flying, but
I love Civ, man. I'm super excited to pick this up on the Switch. This is absolutely a day one for me.
Even more
Yeah.
news from 2K.
I just don't have any interest in them.
Yeah,
I never have.
To each
They're not
their
my
own.
they're not my type.
No, I put a lot of time into the Civ games. So
Yeah,
I-
I don't
these-
understand.
what's up?
What I was gonna say, I also don't understand the appeal of Sims, but
It's just that for me, it's that sandbox kind of just do what you want, kind of create, play. I say play God, but you know, kind of control. Some people enjoy it. My wife plays Sims like crazy, but she likes to just build the houses.
yeah. Well,
She
I
doesn't
mean,
even
like
care
I
about
told
any of the other stuff.
like I told you, my wife loves Sims. She spent like $400 on Sims 4 expansion packs. So I just don't see the appeal. But if it's something that she enjoys, more power to her. I just realized I have a bug bite on my knuckle and it is pestering me. Anyway,
So-
this game, I don't even remember what this one's called, but I don't know. I don't have any interest in this one.
Yeah, I mean, same. I don't think it's
Nope.
geared towards us. So
I'm Gabe.
Yeah.
this is a big deal.
Yeah, this is a big deal. And I love the art style, the 3D art style to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never finished the first Gungeon, though, and I never played Escape, the
Now reloaded in a new
Exit the Dungeon. There we go. So I never
played-
finished the first one, and I never played Exit the Dungeon.
So I only played a little bit of Enter the Gungeon.
to share more with you in the future.
And it's my own fault because I'm a big roguelike guy, but to me, I think Isaac is the best when it comes to roguelikes. And I
Mhm.
don't think I gave that game a fair chance. So I really want to play that because that excites me. And speaking of
Like I
Isaac,
said.
I don't know if you saw, Edmund released his trailer for Mugenics yesterday also.
I didn't watch it, but I did see that, dude. Mugenics,
is-
I feel like, has been in the works forever
Oh,
at
yeah.
this point.
He's been putting a lot of time into it, and you need to watch that trailer, man. It is out there. Do you remember
Okay.
the original Isaac trailer?
Yes.
It makes that look tame.
Okay, I gotta watch it. Never,
Yeah.
I'll watch it after this podcast.
Yeah, it is out there.
Star Seeker, don't know what that
Astroneer.
is.
Yeah, it's an Astroneer expansion.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
this,
yes, Cyberpunk.
so this is the game I was thinking when we were talking earlier about the 256 memory.
Okay, that's fair.
Like, these are the games that we're gonna start seeing. We're getting Cyberpunk. We're gonna get. There's gonna be a Witcher port. Like, there's gonna have to be. But I mean, we're getting that. We're getting Elden Ring. We're getting these big games. Like, they have to expand that memory because this game looks great for it being a Switch version. There's no way this thing would fit on a 32 gig Switch.
No, absolutely not.
And this,
Yes.
like, like, come on, man.
I'll just let you have this one.
I will have this one. I will own this. I will buy this game, and I'd probably buy a second just so I don't have to open it.
Yeah.
But there's one reason I would not buy this game. And we'll get to that point. We haven't talked about it yet. But there's only one reason why I wouldn't buy this. But I was really happy they made that for the Switch.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have an Xbox version coming too if they're releasing it on
Yeah.
the Switch.
Well, I mean, there was supposed to be limited exclusivity between Final Fantasy and Sony, and that kind of went
We're-
MIA.
Yeah, well, Square Enix also.
There it is.
Yeah, the game that's never coming out. Square Enix also had this whole deal though, where they were saying that deal does not do good for them money-wise. So apparently, they're not going to be pursuing that in the future with PlayStation anymore. So
I mean, good.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, good, but bad for PlayStation. But it's not like they need any more money.
I mean, I feel like it's pretty common nowadays for people to follow a suit of, oh, I played Final Fantasy on PlayStation, I'm going to get it on PlayStation,
Yeah, that's what I do. So it's one of those things though. Like
That's
like
one
I
that
said,
surprised me. Star
What,
Wars
Outlaws?
Outlaws? Yeah, that kind of surprised me.
Ubisoft is trying to get their money's worth, man. It didn't sell well, so
Yeah.
they got to put it on everything. Granted,
they fixed it.
Man, I'm just saying though, I played Outlaws and I played it for 2 days and then I sold my copy. It was rough.
Man, that is one that is. I actually pre-ordered that. That one is holding my attention more and more.
Yeah, I need to pre-order Shadow Labyrinth still. It's on my list. And it comes out the same week as my birthday.
There you go. Reanimal. That's one. This makes me. I've never played the Little Nightmare games, and I really want to.
I played both of them. They're great, and I'm super excited for Reanimal. I cannot wait for Reanimal.
Oh my god. This is it. This is the one that I like. That's a day one purchase for me.
Same here, and you know it's going to utilize the mouse cursor Joy-Con as well.
It has to, man.
Oh yeah, dude, I can't wait for New World of Steam. It has been so long since we've gotten a proper Professor Layton game, so I cannot freaking wait, dude.
And it said 2025, right? It didn't have a date.
Yes, it did say 2025, but we knew it's been 2025 since they first announced it. So.
But yeah, that was one of the games we've talked about in previous episodes, was a new Professor Layton. So again, I'm not saying we called that one, but that is one we were both very excited for.
This is one I'm very interested to hear your take on.
So, all right, this is interesting. This is kind of a big deal. I don't want to dig too much into the trailer before the trailer plays, but this is the new FromSoft game. And this is fully backed by Miyazaki, the guy who created the Dark Souls games. He is the direct, like, he founded the Souls games, and he's the one in charge of this. And it's kind of a big deal that this is a Switch exclusive. A Switch 2 exclusive. This isn't coming to PlayStation or Xbox. So, I'm curious, like, the thought process behind it. I don't know if Nintendo just wrote a really big check kind of thing and said, hey, we want this game.
This is my thought process. Nintendo went to FromSoft and said, hey, do you want to make Bloodborne?
Well, here's the thing. So, but Sony's a majority shareholder. Well, not majority. They're a shareholder of FromSoft, right?
Yes, they are.
So,
but Tencent is majority shareholder. Majority shareholder.
So I'm really
pretty sure they are.
I'm curious on that. Like I have no bearance. Like it has no bearance on the game, but like I'm curious how that conversation went. You know, hey, all these Souls games are primarily on PlayStation, or that's their primary space. How do we get an exclusive Switch only one? But I don't want to say this is going the same way as Night Rain, but I did see it was a PvPvE Souls game.
This one?
Yes. So I don't think this is like traditional, like Bloodborne. Obviously, I don't think that's what everyone's like. I don't know. It's different, but I will say this: if this was a game coming out day one, this would be the system seller for me.
That's fair.
Like, this is coming out in 2026. They don't have a date for it yet. It's going to be a bit. But to me, this is probably the one that it's like, all right, Nintendo, you now have my attention. But I'm weary how it plays. That's my only concern.
No, that's fair. So this is going to be definitely one you want to use a Pro Controller for, because you don't want your Joy-Con lagging on you whenever you're playing this one.
See, and like, I agree. Like, I would not want to play this on the Joy-Cons. I would rather play this on the Nitro deck. But I don't think the Pro Controller feels as good as like a PlayStation or an Xbox controller.
Agreed, but I still love it though. It's better than the Joy-Cons.
So that's my concern, is if I'm going to play this game, I want to be comfortable and I want to feel comfortable with my controller. But man, I'm 50-50. I'm super excited to see what they do with this, but I'm disappointed that it's only for the Switch, and I'm disappointed that we still haven't gotten a proper Bloodborne 2 sequel.
Man, yeah, I understand your frustration. I'm getting excited though, because we're coming up on the game of the hour right now.
We'll be publishing a
I mean, yeah, that is true.
with the game's director, Hidetaka
So,
Miyazaki.
We're getting
will
close.
share
We're getting close.
about the game.
But I had to sit up a little bit for the upcoming announcement that's fixing. I think it's coming up next.
We'd
It's
like
the
to
last
thank the
thing, so.
developers who appeared today.
No, not that one.
Oh,
Something
okay,
else.
okay.
Something else. It's one that you probably already forgot about because I already forgot about it too till just now. So.
Okay.
That's all
But yep,
for
we're
publishing.
getting into one of the big boys, one of
We'd
the
like to
ones
thank the
that
developers who appeared today,
this one,
as well as
I think
publishing
it's
and
the next
development
one that they're fixing to show off.
Prepared footage
Definitely
for its
caught me off guard.
I'm trying to.
Uh,
I don't remember. I don't remember what we're talking
In
about
addition
here.
to what you saw today,
So,
partners are working on
I
many
mean,
games
my
coming
shirt
to
kind of
Nintendo
gives a
Switch.
hint if you know what
Oh,
shirt I'm
yes,
wearing right
okay,
now. Yeah,
in the
yeah.
future, so we hope you're looking
This
forward to it.
one seemed like a very out of left field kind of thing
Next.
to me.
Please take a look at this.
Agreed. Especially because the game's director, and I think this is it.
Yep.
Yep, this is it. Dude, whenever this one started and I saw the Warp Star, I was like, "Oh, a new Kirby game." Because we've talked about Kirby a little bit on here. I love Kirby, dude. I love me some Kirby. I think I wear this shirt majority of the time we're recording this podcast. That or my purple Kirby shirt. But this one caught me completely off guard.
So I assume
So-
this is one you're excited for, though.
It is. I'm very excited for this one. But yeah, whenever it just zoomed in, I was like, no way. Is this what I think it is? And then you just see, bam, Kirby Air Ride. I was
This is one I would not have.
flabbergasted.
I would not have bet money on this one. This is one that would have been. I would not have guessed. I was very
Yeah.
surprised to see this one.
And I'm going to jump the gun a second because it's going to pop up here in a second anyway, but the game's director is Masahiro Sakurai, who does Smash Bros, but
Yep.
he's also the creator of Kirby, and he did the first Kirby Air Ride. So, dude, you know it's going to be good because that man just knows how to make a good couch co-op game.
Yeah, I was surprised because honestly, I was thinking when I saw the trailer, my first thought was, "Wow, it has that Smash feel. Like it looks like something we'd see from a Smash trailer." So-
Yeah, oh, you know he definitely has that flair about him,
Yeah.
man. But you know what? More than anything, though, I really hope at some point that they bring Kid Icarus Uprising to the Switch too, because I feel like that game is one of his best games he's ever made. But
I mean, I know we just got the GameCube stuff, but I would love to see them start
Oh.
playing DS.
here we go! Oh, dude, this one.
We'll skip this part of the trailer. No one's
No,
excited
no,
for
no,
this
no.
one.
Because I called this one. We both called this one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
oh.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, I was a little bit disappointed when I saw this.
Not me.
Not because of this game. Once this scene happens, it's like, okay, that's exciting. Like, it's always
Yeah.
cool to see a new Donkey Kong game. But
Yes,
the style of
absolutely.
the trailer, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, it's Odyssey 2.
I mean, yes, I agree, but I've also seen. I watched the Nintendo Treehouse event for some gameplay for this one, as
Oh,
well as Mario Kart World, because obviously I'm super freaking excited for this one, man.
Yeah.
And yes, it is very Odyssey, but I think that's also due in part. The rumors have been for years now that the Odyssey team is making this.
Yeah, no, that's actually what I was gonna say. From what I was seeing online, this was originally Odyssey 2.
Yes.
And
you
the
know-
team, they had I don't know if they wanted to wait or if they had to scrap the project or something changed, but this was originally Odyssey 2, and it switched to Donkey Kong. And I don't know if that's true, like, I don't have any, facts on that. But to me, when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is Odyssey. No, it's Donkey Kong. That's interesting. But I am
But
excited to see Donkey Kong get the Odyssey quote-unquote treatment.
I think it does lend well to it too, because Donkey Kong and Mario do exist within the same world.
Yeah.
So
But
I think it lends well to it.
I also it works in the Switch's favor, in my opinion, because they only do one Mario, one style Mario platformer like that per generation.
Yep.
And I would rather them put the time into it and give it to us mid-cycle instead of having one at the very beginning and have to wait 8-9 years to get another one. So
Donkey Kong Bonanza, dude. And the best news ever is coming right now. It comes out the same week as my birthday!
there you go.
Oh, God, dude, I can't freaking wait. I'm so excited for
It's gonna
Donkey
be a
Kong
nice
Bonanza.
July for sure, to be honest. So,
Dude, I am foaming at the mouth for this game, no joke. And I'm foaming at the mouth for like Mario Kart World also. But Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's been 11 years since we've gotten a brand new Donkey Kong game. It's been 11 years since Tropical Freeze initially came out on the Wii U. We have not had a 3D Donkey Kong game since Donkey Kong 64 in '99. Oh, it's so overdue at this point, man.
and again, I
really
feel
is.
like that's the reason why it's a good time for it. I think obviously we've been waiting, but I think it's better we got Donkey Kong than we got the Mario, the Odyssey 2 anyway.
Well, something tells me that Donkey Kong Bonanza has actually been finished for a while now. I feel like they've just been holding on to it, knowing the Switch 2 was coming.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. Like,
So,
well, I mean, they've had the hardware and whatnot for a couple years now. Like, they know what they've been getting into. So.
So, yeah, I won't be buying a Mario Kart bundle because it doesn't come with a physical cartridge, but that's also something we're going to touch on here a little bit later. So.
Yep. So that's kind of my thing too. Is I wanted to ask, like, after seeing the direct, so your stance on it. Obviously, you said you're gonna pick one up. What is your excitement level for it? What are you wanting to pick up, and what are you waiting for on June? What is it? June 5th?
Yeah, June 5th.
So I'm gonna. Oh, okay. They're gonna start that. So I'm gonna minimize that, and I am gonna go back to us. All right. So.
All right.
We are here. All right. So. I know we're already rounding. We're actually well over an hour, so this is gonna be a little bit longer of an episode, but we'll talk for a little bit just so. So. Switch 2, yes or no? Day one purchase for you?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of... I already knew that, but I'm kind of just saying it for the podcast, per se. So, what's your thoughts on it? Stuff like that. What's the overall...
So, my thing is, man, is... Obviously, I'm getting it day one so I can play Mario Kart World, and then also so that way I can have it come July for whenever Donkey Kong Bonanza comes out.
Yeah.
But I will definitely be picking up Mario Kart World Day 1, and I will be picking up Bravely Default Fairy Edition or whatever it's called Day 1. So I'll be eating good on Switch launch day. I just gotta wait, a little over a month for the main course.
Yeah. So yes, I am with you. I do want to buy one day one, and that's probably going to be I was kind of hoping to find an article on it, something. But I will be buying a system. So this is the big controversy is a lot of the new Switch games. So this is kind of the big deal. We're getting something called game key cards. And essentially what this means is the game, you're going to buy a copy of Mario Kart, or actually, no, I'm not going to say Mario Kart because I don't know for sure. But for example, Bravely Default. That one has been confirmed. It is a game key card. So meaning you are going to buy a physical copy of that game, but on that card, on the little cartridge, there isn't a game. There's literally a key that you have to go download the game. So, to me, the part that frustrates me is this is the illusion of buying physical games nowadays. And what I don't like about it, we talked about this briefly, but like, let's say they lose the license or they lose the rights to Bravely Default at one point, and they pull it off the eShop. Even though you own a physical copy of that game, if they don't have the rights or the license, it's not available, that card's worthless. It's not going to do anything.
My other thing, too, is the ramifications of whenever Nintendo, inevitably shuts down the online portion and the eShop for the Switch 2,
Yep.
like 20 years from now, you're just out of luck. I mean, I don't know if it works in the regard that if you have it downloaded on your system, you just have it forever. I would imagine that's how it works,
Yeah.
but still, that's kind of it's just disappointing, and it's one of the disappointing things of us living in this digital age of video games. But I mean, that's a conversation you and I have bled dry outside of the podcast. So.
Yeah. No, this is my question to you, and the reason I ask is because this is an issue for me. But does this make a deciding factor on your purchase or future purchases with the Switch 2?
My thing is I believe my answer would have to be no, just because there's nothing I can do to stop it anyway.
Fair, but my I guess my real question is so will this impact your purchase decision on the Switch? If
so, are you saying like if I get a digital or if I buy
yes,
a empty cartridge?
yes, like
No, I'll still get an empty cartridge.
Okay, because for me, like, I look at this and I see, okay, Bravely Default has been confirmed that it is going to be a game key card. I still own my 3DS copy of the game. Like, I still own it. I'm a big fan of that franchise. I think it's a great game. I was really excited to see this get ported over. I think this is a great opportunity for people to play this phenomenal RPG. But do I want to buy it now because it's a digital code on a cartridge? Like, to me,
I mean,
I'm personally having an inner struggle on, I don't want to pay for that if it's not
well,
the game.
You have that nice added benefit of you own the original,
Yeah.
So I don't have that benefit. I never bought it. Also, I'm looking it up right now. Is every Switch 2 game a keycard game?
No, not every game.
Oh, okay.
So I think let me see if I can pull it up. I think it was Play Asia that released something on the Switch 2 games, and they actually listed which ones were let's see.
Key cards?
Yeah. Sorry.
Really? I didn't see that.
Okay. So I'm gonna pull up Play Asia's website.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I can.
So they've got a bunch of games listed.
Yep.
And let me see if I can find Bravely Default.
You just passed it, but it didn't have a key card thing on it. Yeah, that's right. Go down a little. It's under Kirby Air Ride.
Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is just a generic box, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, because there was an article I saw, and it actually listed, like it actually had it cut out that these are key card, game key carts, and these weren't. So
I feel like that's something that needs to be specified anyway.
I mean, it is. It is on the games. Like a lot of the games have this on the box.
Yeah. Here, hold on. I'm curious. 1 second. I'm gonna check something out of curiosity. Pull up this.
So, but my point of this is to me, as someone who is quote unquote a physical game snob, that we've made that very apparent, and I know you are too.
Yes.
To me, I don't want to say betrayed because I feel like that's very overdramatic. I don't feel that way, but I do feel like it is the illusion of buying a physical game, and Nintendo is just letting me have my cake and eat it too, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So real quick, just I'm not trying to take your soapbox away. I went to GameStop's website. Okay.
All right.
So Mario Kart World is not a keycard game. Neither is Donkey Kong. Bravely Default is. Street Fighter 6 is. Tears of the Kingdom, Jamboree, and Forgotten Land are not. Breath of the Wild is not. So it looks like so far the only two confirmed keycard games are Bravely Default and Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
At least according to what GameStop has listed on their website.
So I did see. I'll have to see if I can find that article because I know there was one that had a whole lot more. Because I mean, again, these could just be generic. I mean, they're pretty on top of this stuff. Like, I'm not faulting them, but it does have that game key card on Street Fighter, and it does have it on Bravely Default. But I don't know. To me, I'm concerned because I know we've talked about, and this is kind of side tangenting, but I still am concerned that the next generation of consoles will not have disc trays.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is something that we're getting to that point, and as much as I hate that, I feel like this is Nintendo testing that waters of a digital-only system.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, obviously, Sony has done that. Sony's playing pretty heavily into it. Microsoft has gotten to that point too with the Series S and the digital-only Series X. So I think we're getting to that wavelength. I think this is just Nintendo trying to open up maybe even a new generation of people to digital-only games. And personally, I'm not a fan. So
yeah, me neither. But like I said, though, too, man, there's not anything we can do about it, sadly.
nope.
We really, unless Mr. Nintendo himself is listening. Mr. Nintendo, please don't do game key card games.
Nope.
Just don't,
I mean,
Mr. Nintendo.
I agree. I don't want it to happen, but it is what it
It's
is, man.
inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of our hands for sure. So it's definitely something that, I mean, if we want to be a part of this hobby, we're gonna have to. But I'm still supporting my physical games when I can get them.
Oh, me too.
So.
Me too. So my other big question is, because this has been another controversial thing surrounding the Switch 2, would you pay $80 for Mario Kart World?
Oh, so that's, man, I don't. I want to say no, but I know I'm going to.
Okay.
Like, that's the thing. Like, as much as was it Duskbloods?
Duskbloods, yeah.
That game's gonna come out at $80. I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
And I mean, in all fairness, I've spent more on collector's editions.
Yeah.
And
so
like,
here's
it's just a thing of that's where the time's going. Like, obviously everything's getting expensive, prices are going up. It's just a thing of, is it worth it to me?
Mm-hmm.
And it just, I guess it depends on the game. So
I have a very unpopular stance on that.
okay.
And that is, one, games are $70 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, a big AAA game's already $70. What's 10 more? Okay. But two, the amount of time and money that it costs to make a video game nowadays is, drastically different than it was 10 years ago. Drastically different.
I mean, yes, I agree.
And so the amount of, at some point, all I'm going to say is at some point, they're going to have to get a larger return on their investment. That's all I'm saying.
So yes, I agree. Obviously, I want to support the devs and the people that are putting this stuff out. I've been doing this hobby my whole life. I know you have too, almost. Like, this is something, like, I don't mind supporting the people that deserve that support. I've never been like, we've even talked about, I think it was Banishers for PS5, like, and Alan Wake. We talked about both of those. Like, I bought the game digitally, but I bought a physical copy when it came out because I wanted to support Remedy and show them that I appreciate their work. I need to buy a copy of Banishers, but I want to buy it new, even though I don't think they exist anymore. I think didn't they go out of business?
Don't Nod just laid off a massive ton of people, and I'm pretty sure we're not getting a sequel to Banishers either, which I'll say this for anybody who hasn't played Banishers, you can still pick it up and play it without having to have a sequel. It does have an open and closed-ended story for what it's telling, but it just hints at more. And so I'm disappointed that we're not going to get to see that more, because they did a good job with Banishers. I don't care about Don't Nod's any of their other games, because they do like Life is Strange and stuff, and I've never cared for them. I've tried them, just don't care. But Banishers, Banishers, that's a shame. But that's a crying shame.
To go back to the original conversation, though, I agree. Like I am willing to support these devs and developers and the studios if it's worth it.
Yeah.
And the reason I say if it's worth it is because you have to, like, it's a gamble nowadays. Because, I mean,
Mhm.
yeah, you can put all this money into a AAA title, but then you get games like Alone in the Dark, which we couldn't even finish.
Yeah,
We get
that's a whole
games.
other
We
that's a
get
whole other
games.
podcast episode, dude.
But we
Like,
get games like Call of Duty, where it's been copy and paste for the past few years. I will give credit, Black Ops 6, like, I did enjoy, but again, like, that's another conversation. But my point is, if they're gonna raise the price on these games and we're gonna get games that are $80, $90,
mhm.
the quality of these games need to reflect that.
Okay, and I agree with you. And I think in that regard, whenever it comes to specifically Mario Kart World, I feel like that $80 price tag is justified in what I have watched.
And I'm not calling out Mario Kart World specifically. Like, I think
Mhm.
it's Mario. That's a Nintendo game that will reflect that quality. Donkey
Mhm.
Kong's gonna reflect that quality. Anything Nintendo, Metroid, those games, they're gonna reflect that. But
Yeah.
what I'm getting at is we're gonna get to a point where we're not just seeing first party titles become $80, $90.
Mhm.
We're gonna get these games like 1-2 Switch, or like all these weird random little third party indie games, but they're still coming out at these ridiculous price points.
Yeah.
Is
Like
that
that.
fair to the consumer? I don't think so.
No, I'd have to agree with you. And that's like the whole thing you sent me the other day about Hollow Knight Silk
Silk
Song.
Song, yep.
Yeah, where he was like, "Oh, we're shooting for $120 for
Yep.
this game." Like, and obviously that I read that very tongue in cheek.
Yeah, no,
So
it's a joke
yeah,
for sure, but I mean,
yeah,
it's funny, but it also brought up a really good point too, because obviously with Grand Theft Auto 6, and there's rumors of that game coming out at $100 to $120, and everyone's losing their mind over that. But I speak from an outside perspective here, because I'm not the biggest GTA fan.
yeah.
But when I look at the amount of content in Grand Theft Auto, I think $100. I think people would pay that without question.
Oh,
I don't
same.
think people would care. But
Yep.
do Mario Kart Worlds and Grand Theft Auto have the same level of content, have the same level of quality? I don't know. And I mean, again, not talking bad about Mario or GTA,
Yeah,
but it's just a thing of, are those two games comparable to match that price point? I don't think so.
that's fair.
So,
I mean, that's also the whole thing, this was a whole argument whenever Metroid Dread came out, because Metroid Dread came out and it was a $60 game.
mm-hmm.
And everybody was like, well, I shouldn't be paying $60 for a 2D side scroller. And it's like, I can kind of see where you're coming from, but at the same time, get over yourself.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, see,
it's always, you're never gonna make everyone happy. Like, that's just how
no.
that goes. I can't say that the $80 price point doesn't bug me, because it does.
Mhm.
But if the games are quality and they're worth it, then I'm okay with it. But if I start seeing $80 copies of, a perfect example, if Repo, I know we've been playing a bit of Repo. If Repo got ported to Switch 2 and it was $80, would you buy it?
No.
Yeah. If Headliners came to Switch 2, got a physical edition, and it was $80, would you buy it?
No.
If it was 70 or 60,
It depends on if they added more content or not.
let's say it's 1.0 release right now, the way it is,
No.
I wouldn't either. And that's
Yeah, absolutely not.
not to say those are bad games, because we have enjoyed both of those games very much. I think
Yes.
they are worth whatever the developer, like what they've given for on PC. Like, I think that's absolutely worth that game. But
Mhm.
I know as well as you, these digital games get marked up when they come to Switch because of how
Yep.
expensive it is to put it on that cartridge.
Yep.
And that's why we're getting these key carts. So that's my concern is I'm afraid that we're going to get a raise in price, but quality is going to stay the same, if not worsen. So
Yeah, no, I agree. Or it's the good old shrinkflation, I
so
believe it's called.
I'll get off my soapbox. I didn't mean to drag that on as long as I did per se, but that's my issue with this whole thing, and that's the only part that makes me 50-50 on the Switch 2. Like I do
No,
want
that's
one.
fair.
I do want one. I think the hardware is impressive. I think there's potential with it, but I think Nintendo is showing their hand into taking care of themselves first than anything else.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this is that PS5 Pro argument again. Like it's just you're
mhm.
paying for a performance upgrade, but I don't think it's worth it.
Well, see,
And what's up?
here's my argument is for I'm in my mind, I'm not paying for a performance upgrade whenever it comes to the Switch 2. I'm paying for the software that I get to play on the Switch 2. And that's the same thing with like the PS5 Pro. There's no game on PS5 Pro that I can't already play on my PS5, so I do not see the point in getting it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, you're basically paying for the rights to play these newer games. Like
Yes.
that's essentially what you're doing. And I mean, I've done it all my life, man. Like when Xbox
Mhm.
One came out, I paid so I could play Killer Instinct. Like that was I've
Yep.
said that multiple times. And I don't think that's wrong, but I don't like this mid-generation upgrade that we're seeing instead of an actual step forward.
No, that's fair, but also what did you expect from Nintendo? Like,
I mean, in all fairness, yeah, but I I'm holding I'm holding judgment because I do think the Switch 2 will be good. I think it'll be a good piece of hardware. I just want to see
Mhm.
more on it before I, trade in all my Switch 1 hardware and just fully invest. Like I'm still
Oh,
going to
I'm
buy
not
one.
I'm not trading in my Switch 1 hardware or anything, but I will definitely be getting a Switch 2 on launch day, should the stars align. So,
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll be getting one too. I don't know. I think it's a good opportunity. I think there's a nice piece of hardware involved. I hope I don't think it'll hit the level that Switch 1 has because
mhm,
Nintendo's putting hurdles in their own way, but I hope
mhm.
it's going to be good. But speaking of hurdles, when it comes to the Switch, this
Uh,
has been kind of the big thing. So
mhm.
obviously April 9th was the pre-order date. Uh if you haven't been on the internet or you're not keeping up with it, obviously
Or if you
uh
don't live in America.
fair. I guess that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely an American only thing. But apparently, pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the U.S. will not start on April 9th in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs in the evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date, but the release date is still going to be June 5th of 2025. Um, so when we initially got the announcement, obviously the prices were 450 and 500, 449 and 499. The difference
Yep.
being one came with a copy of Mario Kart. We don't know what these tariffs are going to do. We don't know how much they're going to impact the pricing. But this is going to be something that we're going to have to keep an eye on because this is interesting. This is the first time I've seen anything like this. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, same, but this is also just, this is outside the game industry as a whole. This
Oh
is
yeah,
just, global economy. And, we're not a finance podcast
no,
or a, about an economic podcast
oh
or
yeah.
anything like that. So, and nor would I ever want to be. That stuff is too boring to me. If you enjoy data sheets out there and you enjoy the world economy and listening to the Dow, um, then good on you. But I don't. I just don't care.
Well, no, it's just
But
obviously there's a lot going on in the world today, not just the
yeah,
gaming world or, in our personal lives. There's a lot going on in the US and the world as a whole. So, um it's interesting to see the how quick of an impact all of these decisions made, and I'm really interested to see how much this changes the pricing for the Switch 2 and stuff like that. So,
yeah. So I had somebody ask me, with if tariffs were to make the Switch $100 more, okay? This is what somebody asked me. If the tariffs were to make the Switch to $100 more, would you still get it? And I said yes, I would still get it. I don't care. I'm still going to get it day one.
I mean, I don't know. I would really have to consider that because I mean, that as much as I want the new hardware, like I'd probably still get it too. Because I mean, I remember when the 3DS came out, it
hmm
didn't sell well because the price was too high, and they dropped
Yep.
the price, and they actually created the ambassador program for people who are early
Yep.
adopters. So who knows?
I
Maybe
was.
something like this will happen, and we'll see a price reduction and something new. Oh yeah, no, I was an ambassador too. I
Yeah, I
was
sure
there
was.
too.
So, because
So
yeah, I bought my 3DS day one, buddy.
hmm
So,
yep,
yep.
no, I was a part of that as well. So,
And I
but
will gladly buy a Switch 2 day one. So,
man, that's one thing I miss, and I wish they would do. I know they won't do it. Obviously, they haven't announced it, but I miss like the Street Pass stuff and all that for the 3DS. Like,
yeah, let me just put my Switch in my cargo short pocket and
yep.
walk around and,
And people would like tag, and you had little mini games. Like that was so much fun.
it was fun actually. I really miss it.
Yeah.
So,
So, but all right. Man, this has been a long one. We're getting almost to 2 hours here. So
are we really?
yeah, we're at an hour and 38 minutes, man. So
Oh my gosh,
so time
good
flies.
golly.
Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I honestly, I understand, you know, that we just didn't get around to it last week and everything, but it was kind of nice getting back to it this week. So,
Agreed, man. It
but
was something.
last week was a mess for the both of us. So,
Yeah. So I do wanna take a second, real quick. I have to give a shout out. I know I talked to you about this, but
hmm
I have to absolutely shout out. We've got some. We're not a huge podcast. We don't have a ton of followers or anything like that. This is just something we're doing for fun. But I actually had a follower reach out to me, and he gave me some feedback on how we're doing, and uh, I can't stress how much he made my day when he came up to me and he was just like, dude, I have to tell you, if I could forget any game and play it from day one, it would be Mario, it would be Sonic, and it would be Mortal Kombat. And like it's it kind of puts things in perspective. We do this for fun,
yeah,
but there's people out there listening to us, and it's I couldn't I couldn't put into words how much that meant to me, just because of it's a small gesture, but it's nice to see other people getting involved in the conversation.
hmm
Chris, huge shout out to you, man. You absolutely made my day, and I know we talked a little bit personally, and I'm not gonna air your business out, but I hope you're doing well, buddy, and I hope everything's working for you.
man.
But I just want to say you absolutely made my day. Like after you left, I text Chandler and I was like, dude, you have to hear this. This is amazing. So
I'm not even gonna lie, I'm getting a little teary eyed just thinking about it and everything right now, and I did
yeah.
yesterday too whenever you texted me. I was actually standing in the kitchen with my wife and we were making lunch whenever you texted me, what you just said. And the first thing I did was I read it and then I just handed my phone over to my wife and I was like, look at this. Look at this. And I was just like, so the fact that there's, those of y'all that are out there that just genuinely enjoy what we do and, what we talk about, it absolutely means the world to me. And I know it means the world to Andy too, because like Andy said, we just do this for fun. And man, now my eyes are acting up. I promise I'm not crying. But no.
All this dust getting in my eyes.
I have special eyes. But anyway, but yeah, gosh, no, they're actually burning. But no, I have fun fact to all of our viewers out there. I have the inability to actually cry. My eyes will get teary, but I can't actually like form a tear if that makes sense.
That's weird.
And then yeah, no, and so whenever the tears start to try to form, it makes my eyes burn. So I'm pretty sure I just have damage to my tear ducts. I don't know. I should probably get that checked out.
Nah,
But
you don't produce tears. You just produce acid out of your eyes.
Oh, dude, I'm an X-Men.
I was gonna say like a xenomorph, but all right, that works
Oh,
too.
okay, that works too. But yeah, no, the fact that there's anybody out there, just you guys that come and you watch this on the weekly basis that we post and everything, except for this last week, but we'll bar that. Thanks, Quincy.
Yep.
But it means the absolute world to me, and it definitely lit a fire underneath me to make sure that we keep on coming back and we keep on providing content for you guys because, you know, yes, we do this for fun and we do it for ourselves, but more importantly, we do it for you guys because Andy and I are just both in the same boat of we want to entertain people, we want to see people happy. We want to have a conversation with people. We like having conversations with one another, and we wanted to branch that out. So
there's too much
that
negativity going on in the world, man, and it's always nice to find a little bit of joy under anything you can do. So.
Oh, exactly. And so that's why I'm going to, kind of say what we normally always say. And but like I say it in earnest, not in just the typical, I'm a YouTuber, so I got to say these things, but, down in the comments below, sincerely let us know what you think about like the Switch 2, its pricing, if you go back and you watch our old videos, tell us what game you wish you could forget, what licensed game you love playing growing up. Go to our Mario tier list episode and and yell at me for saying that Mario Bros. 3 belongs in garbage tier.
Yeah. He should be yelled at. Everyone should go do that because
exactly. If it means we get more views on that video, sure, go ahead. But I say it in earnest, guys. I really want y'all to be a part of this and a part of this community with Andy and I. And then more importantly, Andy and I have ideas for days and we can come up with stuff all the time. But if you have an idea, let us know. And like that's the thing is if we choose your idea to do for an episode of the show, we may not get to it immediately and it may not be the next one we do. But if we do, we'll even shout you out and everything.
For sure. Yeah, no, we'll definitely give credit where credit's due. Like that's not even a question, so.
Yeah. So if you have an idea, let us know. We're more than open to, catering to what y'all want to see and everything because, like I said, this is y'all's community. Andy and I are just sitting here BSing with each other on any given day of the week whenever we choose to decide to record this. But, this community is you guys.
In all fairness, we do this pretty much all day, every day. It's just now there's a camera on.
Yeah, basically. So
in all fairness,
the only thing that's changed is now I'm sitting at a desk. This camera's here. I have a light here. The window's open because normally I'm a recluse. So yeah, it's business as normal for us. We just decided to bring it to the masses. So.
But yeah, as always, guys, I just want to say we're getting our feet back under us. It's been a rough couple weeks, so we're trying to get our feet back under us. But we want to start recording. I still want to play more Repo. We want to do headliners. I got a bunch of games I want to play for my personal channel. So as always, guys, you can follow me at Your Madrigal. I am on TikTok. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. Follow me there. Show support, show some love, show feedback, positive, negative, you do you. We're all adults. We make our own decisions, And as always, Chandler, you can follow him. He's at Neon L Johns on TikTok and YouTube.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll say this too. You're more than welcome to follow and subscribe and everything. It's probably going to be a while before I post anything on my personal channel, though. I have a lot going on personally right now between, the job that I do and just life in general, like my wife and I are looking to buy a house. So, all the fun stuff all the fun stuff that comes with life. So it's probably going to be a while before you see anything from me on the personal channel. If anything, I'll just, make a video where I'm just talking and BSing and y'all can enjoy that. But, I will still be here for this podcast, though.
That's the important part. So.
Yep, I will be here anytime Andy's down to record. I will be sitting right here, so that way I will not let Quincy interfere anymore with this institution.
Well, until you get the new house, then you won't be sitting there. But that's a whole other
I
monster. So
I will still be sitting in this chair
there you go.
whenever we.
You're just gonna go to that house to record. Like other people are gonna be there. Like, shh, no, I made a promise.
Sir, this is an open house. Shh. Bring me a
Walk in.
cookie and some punch.
Walk in with your computer camera. I need that corner right there.
Hey, do you have Wi-Fi here? Sir, this is a show house. That's not what I asked.
Will you show yourself out? I'm busy.
Yeah, I know. There's the door. Get out. What are you, a realtor or something?
Oh, man. But all right. Like I said, this one's been going on quite a long time, man. So I say, unless you have anything else, man, I am good to go. If you want to wrap it up, guys, as always, I appreciate you. And I appreciate your time. Sorry, this was a really long one, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. So
It's to make up for the week we missed.
That's
there we
fair.
go.
I'll give it that.
Yep. So, but anyway, guys, yeah, that's about it. So let us know, like I said, what you think about the Switch 2. Is it overpriced? Are you going to get one day one? Are you going to pay $80 for Mario Kart World? You already know I'm going to. So, but, thank y'all so much for watching, as always. And, we look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. And remember to stay uncultured.